Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all so much for being here. This is an amazing crowd. This is an exciting day for Pikeville. This is an exciting day for us at Kentucky State Parks, Kentucky Tourism, and the Commonwealth as a whole. My name is Seth Weed. I'm the Director of Interpretation and Engagement for Kentucky State Parks. For numerous years before I moved over to work for State Parks, I worked in the state's adventure tourism efforts, and we developed the Kentucky Trail Town program. And for those of you that aren't familiar with it, one of the easiest ways to tell about it is that it was born out of a failure. A certain former First Lady tasked myself and my former boss to try to build a trail all the way across Kentucky, and we were not successful in doing that. It was very hard and very difficult. But what we learned through undergoing that effort was that outdoor recreation and adventure tourism and this type of development was a worthwhile investment and something we needed to focus on with Kentucky tourism. And that's led us here to the Kentucky Trail Town program. You're going to hear from this great group of folks behind me about a lot of exciting things that are happening all throughout Kentucky when it comes to tourism, economic development, and so many good things that are happening. And that's what the main thrust of the Trail Town program is about. It's always been a tourism development program to attract outdoor recreational users into a community to see that economic benefit. But it's really a lot deeper than that, and it means a lot more. We've always focused on the physical health of citizens and visitors to Kentucky. When we used to go around and promote this, we would show these maps that showed obesity rates for the entire country, broken out by state. And as you all well know, through the decades, those numbers have gone in a direction we didn't want them to. And by increasing trail opportunity, outdoor recreation, encouraging our citizens and our guests, and particularly our children, to get outside and have more access to healthy outdoor recreation, we're hoping to see some of those trends start to reverse. It's also never been about, I've always felt somewhat guilty when I've gone to a community and I've tried to pitch this Trail Town program to them and say, these are some of the things you all need to work on. It's not about the town you have or the community you have. It's not about not being good enough. It's about taking the things that you already have that make you great, things that make you unique, things that visitors want to seek out when they come to visit. And it's about highlighting those things and enhancing them and planning for how you want your community to look in 5, 10, or 15 years or even further down the road. So it's really a lot deeper than just economic development, but that's the main thrust of this program. This is our 29th certified Trail Town. We started this program a little over 10 years ago. They're all special. The work is not done today. There's so much that goes into this that is supposed to be a development program for you all on into the future, to get kids when they graduate high school or college to want to move back home, to live here, to raise their families. But this one is undeniably personal for me. For those of you that don't know me, I grew up about 2 miles up the road from here. I've seen this town. I've seen it change. This was a wonderful place to grow up. Pikeville's an amazing city, and every time I come back, and I'm sure I don't come home often enough for some folks that are here, but it's always exciting to me to see the new things that are going on, some of the trails they've built, some of the new businesses that are downtown here. It's always for the better, and it always excites me to come back and see the things that Pikeville have done. But now we're going to get into some other speakers that are up here today. We've got such a great group of folks with us today. The first person I'm going to introduce is the mayor of the city of Pikeville, Mr. Jimmy Carter. And all these Trail Town announcements I've done is undeniably the first time I can say this is the only Trail Town mayor that's ever taken me on a family vacation before. This is the only one who can tell stories that would undoubtedly get me in trouble from some of the things I used to do. But I'm so excited that he's here to be with us today. So it's my pleasure to introduce the mayor of Pikeville, Mr. Jimmy Carter.
Thanks, Seth, and trust me, you don't want to know some of those stories, and we'd all be in jail somewhere probably if you really knew. But thank you all for being here, and as a mayor of Pikeville, I'm just delighted to see that we finally got this far. It seems like, I know the program's only 10 years old, but it seems like it's taken 20 to get to this point. We've had so many people, so many volunteers that have taken it to a certain level, and then they might leave or something, and then we have somebody take another to a next level, and then they may leave and get another job. So it's been a process, but it's been a very worthwhile and learning process. And like Seth said, it's not that we had anything bad, but we had to figure out what we had to make it work best. And you know, I look at PJ and Minta, Suetta, Jill, and Lisa Sizemore, and I know I'll leave somebody else if I say any other more names, but they have taken it, got it across the finish line. You know, being designated as a Kentucky Trail Town, it's a big milestone. Like I said, more opportunities for tourism to come in. When the people do come in, have a lot more to go. Just like a lot of people don't realize the signage that had to be done to make sure that the people that when they were on the river or on the trails, they knew how to get back to town, which is the most important thing, to get our people back into town to spend money. So to revitalize the downtown, making sure that it continues that way, and like I said, giving the tourists something to do. Governor, I want to thank you. I want to thank your mother more than anything to make sure that this program continues for other cities, and I'll be glad, and not that I know a lot about it, but to help them that want to try to get this certification. And it's a special certification, and they just don't hand them out, that's for sure. We're like I said, we're really proud to do this and have our people and our tourists and our local people to paddle rivers again, get downtown and see what we've got to offer downtown, and people that live here know what we do and how much we have going on downtown each and every summer, spring, and fall. Not a whole lot during the winter, but we do have Winterfest with the synthetic ice ring and all that. So we do have something year-round going on. Again, I want to thank everyone for the contribution that they did for this. Hundreds of volunteers, Main Street program, can't say enough about that group and what they do and how they come together when you need volunteers to come. It's just a great group. And all the volunteers throughout the years that we've gotten to this point. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. The next lady that's going to come up and speak with us is Jill Dodson, and she wears a lot of hats here. I've not known her for a long time, but I've really enjoyed working with her, helping get Pikeville over the finish line for this program. Tourism director, Main Street director, anybody that's ever been involved in any of those initiatives knows those types of jobs are a team effort under the best of circumstances. So the amount of things she's able to do here for Pikeville is fantastic. So now, Jill, please join us.
Thank you, Seth. Seth's been my neighbor for a number of years, so we go way back. Thank you all for being here today. We are so excited to welcome you to Pikeville. If this is your first time here, we welcome you in. If you're a regular resident, we are happy to see your faces, as we always are in our downtown area. We are so excited to finally become, as the mayor said, a certified Kentucky Trail Town. It's a prestigious designation and marks a new chapter in our journey to become a premier destination for outdoor enthusiasts and adventure seekers. We are so thankful for the hours, countless hours, that our Trail Town Committee has put into making this certification happen. If you are a Pikeville Trail Town Committee member, will you please stand to let everybody see your faces? I know there's several of you here, Trail Town Committee members. They're all starting to look down and they don't want to stand up, but we have a lot of people here that, yes. Also, if you are a Main Street board member, will you please stand? Again, y'all put your... The number of hours and dedication that these individuals put into making things in Pikeville happen are countless. So we always want to make sure that they are recognized and appreciated for their efforts. As the mayor said, like I said, this has taken years to complete. So many people have been involved, but early in last year, our final phase of our hiking trail system was completed. And that was by a gentleman who I cannot say enough wonderful things about, who has literally put miles and miles and miles on his feet to make sure that those trails were managed, maintained, and really given everyone that gets on there a great adventure. So PJ Collins, will you please stand? PJ, together with the committee, and Lisa Sizemore, will you stand? Yeah. Lisa Sizemore really pushed this certification over the finish line and made sure, Lisa at one point even chased Seth down a hallway to make sure that we had everything in place. And we joke about that, but it really is just a tremendous effort that everybody puts into place to make sure this stays possible. Being a Kentucky Trail Town means that Pikeville is now on the map as a top spot for hiking, kayaking, and exploring the great outdoors. Our trails offer breathtaking views and unique experiences that are sure to attract visitors from near and far. The Levisa Fork River provides perfect hiking opportunities, allowing adventurers to immerse themselves in our stunning natural surroundings, and our downtown area boasts an array of attractions from charming shops and restaurants to cultural landmarks, offering something for everyone. The certification is more than just an honor. It is a gateway to new opportunities for our tourism industry, and we anticipate a significant increase in our visitors who are eager to experience all that we have to offer in Pikeville and Pike County. The influx of tourists will not only boost the local economy, but also foster a greater sense of community pride and engagement. And of course, I would like to take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to Governor Beshear, to Secretary Case-Beer, Commissioner Meyer, and of course Seth for their unwavering support and dedication to everything that we have tried to accomplish. It's been just instrumental in making sure that Pikeville is on the map, but not just Pikeville, but all of Eastern Kentucky. So our trails, river, and downtown area, and our businesses are open and welcome. Are open to welcoming explorers of all ages. So whether you're a seasoned hiker, a kayaking enthusiast, or someone looking for a leisurely stroll, Pikeville promises an unforgettable experience, and we are excited about the future and the positive impact that the certification will have on our city. So thank you so much for being here today. We hope that you will stick around after to walk around downtown. Hopefully the rain will hold off, to visit some of our shops, to visit some of our restaurants. Don't forget the trails at Bob Amos Park. They're absolutely beautiful, or our park downtown. And then hopefully one day you'll come back and want to take a trail ride at the horse barn or on the river, and we will certainly help you do that. So thank you all again for being here.
When we began Trail Towns, we worked out of the Tourism Arts and Heritage Cabinet. Not many years after that, we moved to the Department of Tourism, and that's where the Trail Town program lived for a number of years. And then in 2022, I moved to the Department of Parks, and so I asked Commissioner Mangin at the Department of Tourism and Commissioner Meyer at the Department of Parks if we could take Trail Towns with us and bring it into the umbrella of Kentucky State Parks. And I think it's a wonderful fit as we look forward for what this program is going to do in the future, and think about how we connect our parks to our trail towns and our trail systems and where it's going to take us. So I'm very pleased he was willing and able to take me on and bring this program on. I think Commissioner Mangin was happy to see me go. But without further ado, our Commissioner Russ Meyer of Kentucky State Parks.
Thank you, Seth, and we appreciate everything you do for Kentucky State Parks and the Commonwealth. Congratulations, Pikeville, Mayor, city leaders, County Fiscal Court. I mean, what a great acknowledgement here, and a great way to be here with you all today. I'm excited. Kentucky's 44 state parks and 29 trail towns are some of the best places to visit, not only in Kentucky, but across our United States of America. From Breaks Interstate Park, just up the road in Virginia, all the way to Columbus Belmont State Park on the Mississippi River, Kentucky parks are home to a variety of great parks and great experiences. There's thousands of miles of trails that can be accessed from our parks and from trail towns in Kentucky. These serve as ideal starting and end points for trail users and travelers to get needed services and supplies. 2024 also marks the 100th anniversary of Kentucky State Parks. And we're highlighting our history all year long and reminding Kentuckians why our parks are so special. And what a better way to celebrate 100 years than by welcoming our 29th Kentucky Trail Town. We're proud that Kentucky State Parks contribute to tourism in our state, ranking third in the nation for state park revenue production. We also have nearly 600 full-time employees and approximately 1,000 seasonal staff annually. So along with creating memories for Kentuckians and for visitors, these parks also create jobs and opportunities. There are several state parks located within an easy drive of Pikeville, including Paintsville Lake, Jenny Wiley, Pine Mountain, and, as you know, Breaks Interstate Park. All of these parks and other area attractions stand to benefit from this designation by shining a light on all there is to do in Pike County and the surrounding communities. We thank Governor Beshear for his leadership and support. Thank you, Governor. And Secretary Lindy Casebeer for all his hard work and dedication on Parks' behalf. Thank you, Lindy. I look forward to seeing how the new Trail Town designation benefits you folks here in Pikeville. And now I'd like to turn it over to our Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet Secretary, Lindy Casebeer.
Thank you, Russ. It is really great to be with you today here in Pikeville. Our Trail Town communities serve as gateways to Kentucky's great outdoors with access to hundreds of miles of trails, woods, and waters. They also provide conveniences and local attractions to enhance folks' visits. We are proud of the program's impact. Not only does it highlight outdoor recreation, but the Trail Town program also helps communities share their arts, their unique culture, and their rich history with visitors. Travelers from all over the world have been drawn to Kentucky's natural beauty and memorable experiences, and we are proud to welcome them with open arms. As travelers arrive for outdoor recreation, they also discover the amenities of surrounding communities. One goal of this program is to sustain and grow locally owned businesses. Surveys show that travelers prefer local restaurants, local coffee shops, local galleries, and other local attractions unique to the communities to which they're visiting. The Trail Town program has had several partners through the year, and we're proud in the Tourism, Arts, and Heritage Cabinet that the Kentucky Arts Council, the Kentucky Main Street, the state parks, and the Department of Tourism have been partners with the Trail Town program. We appreciate the leadership of Commissioner Russ Meyer, especially during this 100th year anniversary. And I have to say, Seth, we thank you so much, and I think it's evident to the folks in this audience why this program has been such a success under his leadership. You can see that through his passion and enthusiasm for the program. Another reason for that success, Governor, is because we had your mom as the driving force when this program started. And I also remember coming to the very first SOAR conference here when your dad was governor. So the Beshear legacy lives on here in Pikeville, and for that we're very grateful. And speaking of legacies, the current occupant is creating a legacy in this office. We have witnessed record-breaking economic impact with growth in new jobs in the tourism industry. Our governor understands that supporting tourism is critical for the future of Kentucky. In addition to revenue and jobs, tourism supports the cultural fabric of our state and shares our traditions with a wider audience in order for this sector to grow and thrive. As you travel through the Commonwealth, you'll see the results of economic investment in tourism that the governor has spearheaded. The future of Kentucky is incredibly bright, and that's a direct result of his bold, compassionate leadership and commitment to ensuring that together we are building a better Kentucky for future generations. So it's my honor to present our governor, Andy Beshear.
All right, thank you all. Thank you all, and happy graduation. Folks, it is thrilling to be here today, and if you saw me up there smiling or chuckling a little bit, it's because I'm making plans to come see Nellie on September 14th at the Appalachian Wireless Arena. Yeah, you can excited about Nellie. It is a great day for Pikeville. It's a great day for Pikeville because today Pikeville becomes officially certified as part of Kentucky Trail Towns. It's exciting because Pikeville today opened just the 10th PACE program building where seniors in this community and others can age with dignity. And it's a good day for Eastern Kentucky and how we care about our neighbors, because from here I'm going to go to Hazard, where we're going to celebrate the 100th rebuild or new home for flood survivors since that July 2022 flood. But this event, this certification tells us what we already know, that Pikeville is the place to be. First, to everybody on the Main Street board, my goodness, you have one of the most beautiful downtowns in all of Kentucky. And I don't tell that to every downtown, but I do mean it. This is a truly special, unique, and beautiful place, and I know how hard you work on it. And to everybody who had a role in making this official certification happen, I know it's not easy. And it takes a lot of work. And it takes a lot of passion. And so congratulations to making this happen. And people are going to see for generations to come the benefit of your work. What we are seeing across this country is that adventure tourism is the type of tourism that people want. That outdoor tourism is the type of tourism that people want. And there is no more beautiful place to come than Eastern Kentucky to witness all that nature has to offer. This Kentucky Trail certification, but more than that, the trails themselves and everything that this downtown and community offers, is going to bring in more tourism, more economic development, convince people that come and visit here that they want to live here and bring jobs here. This is part of bettering your community. So I'm very proud of the work that everyone has done. Here in Kentucky, we were the first state to implement the Trail Town program statewide in 2013. And I know what it can mean for a town to get this certification. The very first town certified in 2013 was my dad's hometown of Dawson Springs. Since then, the program has expanded to include 29 communities, offering each of them the opportunity to work with our state parks to create a seamless experience that can get people to come here, stay here, spend their dollars here, and come back. And I recently signed legislation, thank you to our Senate and to our House, Senator Wheeler, allocating $720,000 to fund a grant program to support Trail Town communities. Thank you for that help. Pikeville is the perfect addition to this program. From hiking the scenic Bob Amos trails to paddling the Levisa Fork, there is something for everyone. And y'all have also been focused on providing even more for folks to enjoy, creating new trails like the Real McCoy Trail and the Peach Orchard Mountain Trail. And even though the Trail Town draws in people with so much outdoor adventure, you have so much that they can stay for, like the historic Main Street, like the Dueling Barrels Brewery and Distillery and the Broken Throne Brewery, the Appalachian Center for the Arts, the Hatfield and McCoy historic feud sites, and the premier venue we're standing in here right now, the Appalachian Wireless Arena, which even hosted a blue-white game that raised money for those flood victims. Let me tell you, I got a chance. I got a chance to visit with the coach and team before and during that game, and it was special for them. And then I think about all the amazing artists. And I'm not going to say country artists because Jack Harlow came through here last year, but folks like Chris Stapleton and Tyler Childers, who, by the way, deserved a Grammy last year, but I'm sure he is going to win one in the years to come. So here in Pikeville and the Commonwealth, I think we're seeing wins across the board. And let me just say, tourism is a driving force in this Commonwealth. Last week, I joined tourism leaders at Castle and Key Distillery in Frankfort. And you know what we got to announce? That 2023 was the best year for tourism in Kentucky's history. How about that? Think about these numbers, because this is what we're working towards, and this is what you're adding on to. Last year, Kentucky tourism generated $13.8 billion in economic impact. That is a new record, and it helped sustain 95,222 jobs. Those are Kentucky families that rely on those jobs that because of tourism help provide opportunities to those kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. 2022 had been our best year ever. So beating it in 2023 was a big deal. And we didn't just beat it. Visitor volume increased by 4.5% over what was previously our best year. And we welcomed 79.3 million travelers, 3.4 million more than our best year before. And even better, those visitors came and spent a lot of money. They spent $9.7 billion last year while experiencing all the great things that we have to offer. That success was seen in every community, but Jill deserves a lot of credit for how it was seen here in Pikeville. Pike County had an economic impact of $103.2 million because of tourism. And just in this county, it sustains 830 jobs. Think about how hard we work to bring in a company or companies that together employ 830 people. That's how we ought to treasure tourism. That's how we ought to thank the people who've done this work today. And if you look at the Appalachian region as a whole, tourism isn't the whole answer, but it's a big part of the answer. Last year, an economic impact of $571 million, sustaining 4,190 jobs. Tourism is an essential part of who we are, the hospitality we show, and also where we want to go and how we grow. It brings good jobs, it boosts our economy, and it supports our local communities. And the people that help fuel this industry are pretty special. They get up every day fighting for their communities. They fight for your community to try to bring in more dollars, create more opportunities, and a better life. So I want you to know that Team Kentucky is always going to recognize how important this industry is. Since I've taken office, between the legislative branch and the executive branch, we're talking about $88 million that have gone into tourism. That helps us grow knowing that the demand is there, and just like you saw, an additional opportunity to bring more people in or keep them here longer. And thankfully, we also have this tourism tax incentive that helps some of these new distilleries and others grow. The guy who originally wrote that legislation is right here with us, Mr. Rocky Atkins. Just an idea of what that legislation is doing for us recently, or, sometimes we look at each other and say, what have you done for me lately? Last year, 9 new projects. It's going to be $291 million, 550 new jobs, and we have 7 additional ones that are coming on the books either last year or this year. It is a really special time for Kentucky tourism. It's also a really special time for Kentucky. I said earlier, all these things come together in terms of economic development, in terms of opportunity. It's everything we invest in education, ensuring that your school systems had the money for the career and technical renovations that we're doing, making sure that more transportation dollars got to our school system so hopefully they can give our educators the big raise they deserve and the big raise all of our public school educators need. It's experiences like this that help us bring in those new employers. I was just with a current Pike County employer that's looking to expand because we want to make sure you are a part of the coming and current prosperity that Kentucky is seeing. Since I took over as governor about 4.5 years ago, we have seen 1,000 new location or expansion projects in our state. We set a record of $31.7 billion of new private sector investment in us, in Kentucky. Together, we've created 53,300 new jobs. And I say together because this is a team sport. It takes every incentive program. It takes every local program. It takes every small business owner that smiles at somebody new that's coming in and tells them what a great place this is to live and to do business. We do all of this together. We look at what it's meant for our state economy. I see it in terms of general fund receipts. April was our second best ever, $1.8 billion. We've had 20 months of billion-dollar plus receipts. We've never seen anything close to that. We look at rankings that we're receiving. Number 3 in per capita economic development in the entire country last year. Number 2 the year before that. Recently there's a ranking that didn't do per capita, just pitted us against every other state and how we're trying to work to bring prosperity, we rank number 8 in the entire country, no matter how big or small the places that we were up against. But we know if we're going to get this right, it comes everywhere. No one has forgotten that Eastern Kentucky is included. That's why it's so important that we continue our investments, everything including infrastructure, where for the first time in history, every section of the Mountain Parkway, the 4-laning, is either completed, under construction, or under contract. We know what that's going to mean to this community and so many others. Between ARPA funds and other funds included in the budget, we're bringing clean drinking water to places that it's never been. With dollars coming down from the federal government, we're going to have enough money to run high-speed internet, we hope, to every home and every business across this state. What a game changer it's going to be. So in the end, what I hope you are is excited. You know, at a time when we have this cloud of pessimism hanging over our country, we've got good things happening right here. We are moving faster forward, not right, not left, but forward, faster than just about any other state out there. I think it is our time, having the hardest working people out there, to see the type of jobs and prosperity that we watch go to other states and now are calling us first. And you've got my commitment and Rocky's commitment that we're going to make sure it comes right here. And let me tell you, there will be a business owner that goes on one of these trails that came because of this program, that locates here, that brings new jobs, that your kids or grandkids are able to hold those jobs and raise their family right here at home. So, we got to make this official. So, Mayor, we need you, we need Jill, and can we have the board members from the Trail Town? Is it board? Come on up here. You all are a big part of this. Anybody else you want up? I know who's in charge. Main Street 2. Anybody else? Senator Wheeler. Anybody else? All right, come on up, Rocky. So this is a big deal, so we have a very big plaque. You ready? We got everybody? It is my honor to officially name Pikeville as our new Trail Town community in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. That's my speech.
Thank you all so much for being here today. It means so much to me, and it means so much to the team up here. Governor, thank you so much for everything.
I didn't thank Seth. This one is personal to him, and we both work really hard on this because we're both scared of my mother.
That's absolutely correct.
But let me just say, Jane Bashir's an amazing person, an amazing mom. I couldn't have been luckier. And the work she put in as First Lady helped make this happen. And really grateful for her. Today wouldn't happen without her. If you tell her that I said this out loud, it will really help me. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it so much.